I'm going to use this tool because it's the one that I got accepted into the program for. And so there's a lot of support right now. There's an internal community. There's also a Discord that's open for anybody if you end up liking the tool and wanting to join. And I already have some credits, so we could just get started building on my account. And let me go ahead and show you exactly what that looks like and just practice my screen sharing and everything. So let me know. Let's see if you can see. And we have a viewer in the house, so welcome to whoever this is. And let me know if you can see my screen, Ashgad.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Okay, that's what's up. And let me make sure that other people can see the screen. I'm like, I figured some of this stuff out, but it's one of those things where you have to keep doing it over and over again to get that muscle memory. So let's see. Okay. You are screen sharing. I'm using show meeting. I don't know if it's like actually sharing the screen though. I know I should have had my homie up in here. And let me make sure. Okay. Give me just 1 second. Thank you for your patience.
Man, it's not a problem at all.
All right. And if they can't see it, then that means that I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what's gonna have to be different for next time. Well, it looks like I lost. It looks like we got stuck. Why would we get stuck? Well, either way, we're going to have our recording. So even if I'm going to figure out the live component of it. That's what I've been testing out. But at least we're going to be able to actually build here live today. Okay, so the first thing, and I've been taking these vibe coding sessions, which you should definitely come to. And so this is kind of like a combination of vibe coding and then using the no code platform. So here we could just talk in natural language, like how we want this prompt to go, right? So you said that I want to build a music-based app that allows users to find music based off of your
So okay, I
yeah.
wanted to be able to look through my catalog of songs and give the song or playlist that aligns with the mood, or with the mood that they're in search for. So if they want some like more up tempo stuff, or maybe it could be, a specific word or a topic that they're looking for. It could go through my lyrics as well as like tempo and maybe even key. I don't know if that's possible to read keys on Spotify
Mm-hmm.
API, but
Mm-hmm.
to match that mood and or keyword.
Okay, so the Spotify API does pull in a lot of data about the song. It pulls in the BPM, it pulls in what's like a danceability score, energy, valence. So it really analyzes the sound of the track, but not necessarily the lyrics, at least not right now.
Okay.
And so actually part of the work that I've been doing and is helping artists to create their own database with like lyric sheets and like other data around like the themes of the song. So I'll go ahead and show you some of those tools today. But let's just to have an MVP to get like a whole interface working of something, let's go ahead and try to build out this is how I imagine it going, like a chat interface. Like here's the Ajbot or something like that, and it'd be like, "How you
Yeah.
feeling today?" And then people can just kind of like put in what they're feeling, and then you figure out what are the qualifying questions that you want to use to figure out what mood they're in, and then take that data and then plug it up to your music catalog
Okay.
to make the suggestion.
Um, Today I'm feeling introspective.
Okay. So let's go ahead, let's build it out, and then we're gonna test it with introspection. So I want to build a music app that allows users to land on a chat screen that asks them about their mood. And it searches through my music catalog. Oh, did I lose Ashgod?
No. I'm
Oh.
sorry. That was on me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still here.
Okay, I just seen you dip. I said, where you go? Okay, I want to. It searches through my music catalog to make suggestions about the best song for them in the moment. Let's see. I want this to be a clean hip hop aesthetic. How else would you describe like kind of the vibe of like the like you have specific colors that you might want? Do you want patterns? Do you want it to be more minimalist?
I want it to be I want like maybe blue and yellow, like some kind of like maybe blue background with yellow accents. Like Warriors colors.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Let's just see. So I literally, you just saw the prompt that I put in. I want to build a music app that allows users to land on a chat screen and ask them about their mood. It searches through my music catalog to make suggestions about the best song for them in the moment. I want this to be a clean, modern hip hop aesthetic with a blue color scheme and yellow accents. That sounds like an amazing concept. A mood-based music discovery app with a hip-hop aesthetic. I'm envisioning a sleek interface inspired by modern music streaming platforms like Spotify or Apple Music, but with that distinctive hip-hop vibe. Think bold typography, urban-inspired design elements, and that blue-yellow color scheme you mentioned. And so now you can see it's like actually writing all of that code in the back end. So it's like pulling in, creating the CSS for what we described, but not only that, it's actually creating the functionality so that we'll have an interactive chat experience where that data can be pushed. And so we're gonna let's see what we get on the first step. And then in the second step, we'll actually be able to do a one-click like database integration. So you can have users that have to sign in for this. You know, you can create all types of, like you can have them send emails like, here's your song. So let's see what we got. I heard the little like, give me something.
So I've used tools like Cursor, but this is a little bit different.
Yeah, so this can still integrate with Cursor because you can actually go into dev mode and you can see all of the code and you can even edit the code from here. You can also do two-way sync with your GitHub and then take all of that from your repo, which also connects to Cursor, and then basically have that in your repo and then do what you would normally do with a Cursor or Windsurf project.
Does this allow you to does this platform host sites as well?
Yes. So this is all hosted. This is like, look at, so find your perfect
Oh,
soundtrack.
wow, this is lit. Okay.
So it didn't really get the blue vibe, but we'll go back.
Yeah.
VibeBot, your personal music curator. What's your vibe right now? Tell me how you're feeling and find the perfect track to match your mood. Tell me about your mood, okay? So we could say, I'm feeling real introspective. Now, I don't know where it's going to pull the data from so far, but it's talking about God's Plan by Drake. How dare you?
No. Hey. Somebody, these record labels had already got to Lovable, huh? No.
Now that, my friend, is an example of us just needing to give the data. Like, okay, wherever you pulling from, don't pull from there no more. I'm going to need you to pull from Ashgod. Okay, so.
Right.
So now this is where we start to actually get into the functionality. So literally from just that chat prompt, it built us a landing page. It gives us kind of like this overview. I kind of don't like this like 2-column thing. Like, I think it would be just easier, like find your perfect soundtrack and then the chat box. So we can go in and edit that and be like, hey, I just want this to be more linear and let's focus, and then also incorporate the blue. But let's just, because we have something to work with, let's actually get into the functionality. So here we said tweak the design, master prompting, GitHub sync, and need to save information. Yes, I need to be able to connect to Spotify API so that I can access the music data of a specific artist. This tool is artist specific. So I just got my Lovable certification this morning for just like the baseline, and it was when it comes to prompting, there's ways to get really technical prompts, but for what we're doing, it's more just like literally conversation based, like how you would just talk to a dev. Right. So that's so you
Oh,
can see that I'm not talking about like create like an SQL database and like a vector table or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, talking about and so here we go. We have connect to Spotify API and access music data. You'll need to set up authentication and API integration. It involves API keys, so I use native. So now we're gonna go in and integrate with Superbase. Have you heard of Superbase?
it's one of those names and things I put on my notes,
It's
and I have
there.
not. The list grows every day. I swear, but
No, 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 for sure, for sure. So Superbase is like it's a database, but it helps to create the functionality of this site. So right now we have something, but like it's recommending God's Plan by Drake because clearly it don't know who we are, and we needed to know who we are, but we need to make sure that it's being where does it pull from the knowledge of who we are? Well, it's going to do that from a database. When we are trying to get the keys from Spotify so that we can pull out your entire like library of music and each song has its own categorization. That requires tapping into the Spotify API, which means that we need an API key. And because that is super secure, we need to integrate it through Superbase. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it here. And I need to create a new project. But let's see. I've already exceeded my free project limit. So I got to go put one of my other projects on hold. So project is paused. Project is paused. Is this one not paused? My lyric sheet generator. All right. So I can go into my project settings and I think
and see this is what I knew would happen. Like once I started learning coding, and I this second time around, and I was like, oh, it's getting easier and easier. We're gonna go back to the MySpace days where folks is really just getting more savvy, and I like to see that. I think like I said, we got to be more technologically savvy in these days because when I say they, like just people who are more like technologically savvy, have more money, they can study us and do all these different things, but we don't have no control. And now like these different tools are like allowing us to be a lot more quicker with the implementation. And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I'm seeing this. I'm like, oh, this is saucy. I might need to get my certification one time for the one time.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
like that's what I'm saying is like the world is yours for real, for real. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you better get it because we just created this whole landing page just like that. Now we about to add the functionality. So I paused one of my projects so that I could make this new project. And so now I'm going to go ahead and connect a project. And now when I go to connect, it should give me, yes. So now I can go ahead and put in the project name. So it'll be like the Aj God Bot or whatever. Or music rec. Music
Recommendation app.
recommender. Something like
Recommender.
that. All right. And then I'll go ahead and I think that just so that it does not show the password, I just stopped the share real quick and now I'm gonna share back.
Privacy.
Right. Don't be letting them keys leak, okay? So now we have that set up. We can go back to Lovable and we should be able to see now. Well, we have to connect a project, and now we can see that it is it's on our list of projects, and that's it. So now we have everything we set up to be able to add our authentication, which is our API keys and any data. So that means that if we wanted to put this behind a paywall or have it so that it could save the user's recommendations, and they'd be like, here are all the Ajgad songs that you have like requested before. You wanted to add more artists in eventually, that they could actually have their own account that they sign into that saves all of that. Okay, so that's what we just unlocked over here. So now if I go for any questions, if you plan to have users log in, right? So I want to be able to pull the music, the data from the artist Ajgad from Spotify. And let's see what it's going to be talking about. Let's see what we're doing on our live stream. See, I don't know if it's like, I don't know. I'm not, I'm gonna check out this stream after and see if it's even working. But you know, at least we here on Zoom, and we're able to do this. Okay, so
No,
here,
I appreciate you taking this time. It's dope.
yeah, no, I'm excited because this just helps me like learn how to build and then also teach others, because if there's something confusing, then it's like, oh, well, I want to be able to solve that for you. And sometimes you just don't know what you don't know until you tap in with somebody and see their vision. Because I've done kind of like almost a similar app before, um, but different. But it tapped into Spotify's API. Let me see. Log into Spotify. I can't remember what account. I don't have Spotify anymore, but you don't, this is like a
Mm.
developer account anyways. So I don't have it. If you have a Spotify account, I do have a Spotify. It'll be under this one. I know I had like a developer account at one time. Let me see. Maybe it was connected with my Facebook. Let me just sign in real quick. But a developer account is going to be different than a Spotify account, which is like, you know, you pay your monthly subscription to be able to listen to music, or an artist account, which is, you know, you're an artist on the platform and you have access to the Spotify for Artists dashboard and you can see your statistics. A developer's account is specifically for being able to access the API documentation and to like build apps around Spotify as a music library. So, okay, I guess um, I was in from my Facebook. So I haven't been on Spot. They done switched it up on me. So we're gonna go to the web API and let's see, log into the dashboard using your Spotify account. We're gonna create a web account or create an account and set a web API. So Spotify developers terms. So I guess I'm kind of doing this, I guess, from, oh no, here we go. These were some apps that I developed in the past, the Spotify Analyzer and a testing app. So we're going to just create a new app for you. I'm just going music recommender. And this app gives specific music recommendations from Ajgad's music catalog based on a user's mood. And we're going to have to put in our redirect URIs. Okay. And we're going to do web API. And that's pretty much it. I don't think we need these other scopes, but I do need to add to the new project authentication. So let me see. I'm going to do, is it auth hooks? No. Advanced. And this is where we can, let's see, add API key. So create a new app or use your existing one, get your client ID and secret, enter your Spotify API credentials using the forms below. I wonder if I can actually just use, this is where I just be going to ChatGPT about it. So I'll go and I'll like add this screenshot and be like, I am creating an app in Lovable. And I'll go ahead and put in, you know, actually I'm just going to put in what we have here. This app gives specific music recommendations from Ajgad music catalogs based on a user's mood. I have already connected a Supabase, and now I am trying to set up authentication to access Spotify's API. I have a Spotify for developers account and am making a new app. I'm making a new app. I'm almost done, but I need this. All right. Thanks for the context. You match exactly how to fix it. So you'll need the actual option B if you have Replace your domain with the Lovable site's actual live domain and match the route you're using to handle the auth callback. Once you enter the correct URI. I don't even think that we have this out yet. So let's see. Beat match chat Lovable app for it to appear here. One super bass warning. I don't think we worried. Okay. And like now, in theory, we should be able to copy the link and add it to our dashboard. And let's save this. And then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna grab the client ID and password and secret, and I'll show you where I can put that in. So let me go ahead and okay. So this is how easy it is, because you might know some things about authentication. So there's sometimes it's just like a bearer token, which is the long API key. And then sometimes like for this, you have when you're creating the app, you have the client ID and the client secret. So to get those, we had to go to the Spotify developers app, do what I just did to create the app. And then now I have the ID and secret. So I'll go ahead and put in the ID, and then I'll stop the share for a second while I grab the secret. And again, it's just in the Spotify app. And now I could go ahead and put that in, and literally
You got that good developer etiquette.
I'll be trying, because this stuff is like, you don't want it to be out there. I mean, not that it matters that much for what we're doing, but best practices, you know?
Thanks.
Okay, so perfect. Now I'll create the Spotify integration to pull music data from the artist Ajgod. I'll set up an edge function to handle Spotify API calls and update your chat interface to use real music data. I said, okay. I like that.
Put in work then, AI.
I know, right? So now it's going and it's like writing all this code so you can actually watch it be written in real time. So this probably means
That's
even more to
dummy
you.
fast.
Yeah. There it is. All of that Python.
So is that the preferred language? And can you specify a different language? Just curious.
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure. It doesn't look
Okay.
like it from here. In dev
Yeah,
mode,
no,
it looks
it's-
like it's pretty much all Python. You would have
that's
to
cool.
probably, yeah, like for a tool like this, for this like no code kind of like Lovable, if you wanted to use a different language, then that would be something you'd probably do in, yeah, like Cursor or Windsurf. Okay, let me.
Right. You could probably take this as a stencil and then be like, hey, ChatGPT, make this JavaScript for me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's always ways around.
Okay, so now real Ajgod music integration. So it says that the app searches for and recommends actual Ajgod tracks from Spotify based on your mood, smart mood matching. See, remember I was saying energy, valence, danceability are some of the factors that it'll pull from. And then the interactive music cards shows album artwork. Okay, cool. And it updated it. So the Ajgod Vibe Bot is what it called, or Vibe Sync. That's cool. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling real introspective right now. Oh, you better not give me no Drake. Is this you dancing?
Oh, wow. It took one of my beats. Hey, okay.
We just got an MVP off the ground.
That's what's up.
Damn,
Okay.
I found Tutu Dance from Ajgod's Dancing While We Wait. This track matches your energy perfectly. Check it out on Spotify.
Yeah. That's one of my beat tapes I put out. So that's dope.
Dang, so there we go. And there it has it. There we go. Damn, I'm in Spotify for a minute. So I don't even know, like, how far are we in? We did that in like 20 minutes. We built a landing page. We integrated our Spotify API keys, and we were able to create a bot now that is able to pull from your entire catalog and make recommendations. I'm like, what you want to do next? Like, what are the improvements now that we have like an MVP? We have a baseline.
Um, maybe it would be dope if it could also allow somebody to like go to like to buy the song directly if they wanted to, or like be able to tip the person, tip me. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, hey,
Yeah.
like send a little note like this song is available in streaming, but if you would like to support Osgod personally, here's his Cash App, or here's his what is it called? Bandcamp, or here's his, you feel me, even with the link, and maybe with the logo right next to it or something. And
Okay.
then support your artist directly, or some kind of like, phrase that kind of encapsulates that.
Okay, perfect. So I really love that idea because yeah, we want to be able to, I mean, Go Getters, like my first company, is all about helping musicians monetize and be like really off Spotify, or like, just use it as more of a recommendation tool, kind of like what we're doing here, but go direct to consumer. So I think that we should definitely do that. And then the other recommendation that I would have would be, right now this is cool because we're using Spotify's data to help make the match, but
Yeah.
ultimately I want to be able to have it so that people could listen to whatever platform. Because right now, what if somebody listens to Apple Music?
That I think that's a good step. I think that's a
Yeah,
good step.
let's do that. And then once they kind of select it, let's figure out where we would want to send them, because then it could maybe be like a pop-up or something like that. Or maybe in the chat, we could have it prompt back and be like, yo, like Ajgat has a real, like a special gift for you right now. Can I get your email? And
Yeah.
we're going to
Yeah.
send it to
Email
you
capture.
directly.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to capture the email directly in the chat. And then you could, you can set up all the back end automations. You could send them to a free song funnel. You could send them a sample. You could give them a discount code. You could give them a personalized thank you video. You can figure out. So this is really dope. Thank you. Um,
No, thank you. Yo, this
uh,
is lit. You put me on to like this is right on time. This is so right on
oh
time,
man, I
yo.
know when I seen your message, I said, "Ashgad, let's do something." And let me not try to like wait because shit is moving too fast. So I'm like, no, let's build it like this weekend.
Yeah, look, and I was supposed to be doing something, but I was like, it wasn't official, and I was like, you know what? If it don't happen, I'll just come later after it, because I did want to prioritize this, because I have been saying I'm about to start networking with all of my
That's real though. Put your neck out.
connects. That right, that was crazy. With all of my folks that I'm meeting in this tech industry, because it's like, yo, like I gotta see what else is out here. I'm right in the Mecca. Like, I'm in the town. Silicon Valley is down the street. Like, I'm tripping. I'm not tripping because I'm studying, but also like it's more to it than just doing the coding. Like, so this is community building right here. You put me on, each one teach one, and I'm definitely gonna be utilizing this ASAP. You feel me? So, but we can keep going though.
No, we can keep, yeah, because like now I just I like building in real time because you'll see I don't even know everything, but I feel like you don't have to know how to do everything. You just have to be willing to figure it out. And we have the tools at our disposal to be able to figure it out. So you can just kind of see, hey, like, okay, well, what's next? Well, it would be cool if, and then that's where your superpower, your creativity comes in. So now I'm gonna say, like, let's go for our next step. I love the recommendation. I would like it so people can get the same track on whatever streaming platform they listen to. Example, like Apple Music, YouTube Music, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon Music. Now, I don't know if that would require us to have, like, I don't think it requires APIs for each one of these. Yeah.
Right? It's just a link, right?
Yeah, I think that because I had used a service before where I built a playlist on Spotify, but then not everybody had Spotify, and then I didn't want to like go and try to find all of the same songs to rebuild. It was like 100 song playlist. So then to redo that on Apple Music and YouTube, it's like takes hella time. So I found this tool that allows you to convert playlists. So you upload the Spotify link and it makes it a YouTube playlist and an Apple playlist, and then you can do that. So I think. Okay, I've added ooh. Listen on your favorite platform. Hold on. There it goes. All right. There it is. Amazon. Yep. It recommended it. So it used Spotify API to create the match based on the mood. And then it uses hold on. Oh, I don't have
Yo, this is scary fast, yo. Like, god damn.
not for real, huh?
Damn. Because look, like as I'm saying, like I was using cursor and I was having some progress with that, working on a couple things, but this is way faster. Like it got a little design on it already and stuff. Like, yo.
And then we can even let's change the design. It'll be like, I want the design to be more centered, incorporating the blue color scheme, more modern with transparent like buttons and responsive CSS. The chat box should be centered and above the fold. Above the fold just means that when you land on a page, that it needs to be on that page that you, as soon as you land, where you don't have to scroll. So whenever you're like developing a funnel or a landing page, you want to have like your headline, your hero image, like your whole hero section, and include that. So I just want the chat to be more like in the center, so it's more obvious about like where you type something in. And then the other thing is like, I mean, it's dope because people could really just put in. I wonder if we could like make it so that we have some recommended moods, and then if they don't match those moods, then they can type it in. Think like, so these are all the type of things. Like the MVP was just like the idea, like we know we have an MVP when it does the function of people could use natural language to put in their mood. It will pull music from your music catalog and give a recommendation from Ashgod. So that was like the MVP. And now it's like, what are all the little things that we can do to improve? It's all about the user experience, right? So
that UI, yeah, UX.
Okay, Ashgod, Vibe Sync. Here we go. See, but it's not above the fold. That's what's pissing me off. Let's go like see what it looks like on a main window. Oh, it hasn't saved yet. Publish.
And what you said is publishing on GitHub.
No, it's publishing on Lovable, but you can connect your GitHub for a seamless two-way sync.
Okay.
Yeah. So that your whole repo will be available on GitHub from this project.
And then you said it's hosted, so I can literally like put it live on the internet and assign it a URL.
Yeah.
From Lovable?
Yeah. Yep. So when we go to I think it's here, like publish, custom domain. So like let's say you had like, you got ashgodvibesync.com or something like that, then you could just like connect it and then it just redirects here. So it makes it super easy. And now I want to take a look and see what it looks like. See, I want it to be even closer up here, but it's saying like I'm in a real hyphy mood. I know Ashgod got some hyphy tracks. It said reggae vibes is what it gave me.
No, that's, what's crazy is I just dropped a project with my young homies, Reach Back Retain, and we got a song called All Gas. I don't know. I mean, it's now I'm suggesting something to the suggester, but can maybe ask it like, does he have anything recent released within the last week that's hyphy?
Or let's just see if it can even tell based on timestamps. Perfect happy vibes. No, it's not giving me. Actually, I'm sad.
Okay, well,
Let's see what it's
Yeah,
gonna do.
maybe because it's a collab tape too, so maybe they're not seeing exclusively as mine,
Do you know the
or
song?
maybe
What's it
they're only
called?
looking for exclusive to
It's
me.
called All Gas.
The group is called Reach Back Retain.
What's the song?
It's called All Gas with two money signs instead of S's.
Oh, okay. Let's see if it even knows. No, it's found Twin Flames. Okay. It found 333 Dance when I said I
Wait.
was
Well,
sad.
try to spell it.
Oh.
Try to spell it with the two money signs instead of S's. So it's All Gas GA money sign money sign.
It's not finding it. So
Okay.
we might have to put in that we want to not just create matches based on mood, but also based on titles. Now, the other thing is
Mm-hmm.
like when you're creating apps, then you want to think about who the end user is for yeah, like who the end user is. And if it's somebody that you're using this, like, let's say as a lead magnet to get people to discover your music, they're not going to
Yeah.
know the name of the song. They're going to
Right.
probably just like come in and say like mood. Ideally, we would want to like expand this knowledge base so that it's trained on everything about you, your origins, like what inspires you, kind of your artistic identity and like statement. Prominent shows that you've done, artists that you've worked with. You know what I'm saying? Like basically your one sheet, it's programmed from this. So then it actually can act as more of a companion that doesn't just recommend your music, but also everything about Ajgad as a brand. You feel me? So
Got you.
that's kind of like where I would take the next step. And I'm just thinking about, I'll be having so many ideas now because I'm like, this is really dope. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure that these links are opening first of all. So we got the dancing while we wait. For some reason, it is not pulling in Apple. There's a parsing error. It's not able to search it correctly. YouTube,
Okay.
YouTube is good. YouTube is doing
Yeah.
its thing. Title, what's going on? The search mechanism just might be different. So we want to fix it for title and Apple Music. Let's see, Deezer. Deezer's finding it. Perfect. Excellent. And let's see, Amazon Music is really trying to like, okay. And then let's see. Yep, it's finding it on Amazon Music. So we want to fix the mechanism for how it's searching for the song and then let's see if we can ask it to also reference recent tracks specifically by name.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and just say what we want. The streaming links are all working great except for Apple Music and what do we say? And title. And title. And I would say I'll be taking screenshots, so I just Control Shift 4, take that, put that into Lovable. I'm attaching a screenshot of what the error shows up for on Apple. Also, is there a way to ensure that the bot can also look up specific songs by name? For example, the user asked for a recent by name or recent tracks. For example, a recent song, but it gave an old song. The user also asked for a specific song by title, and it didn't do the recommendation, and it didn't work. So now, I guess, yeah, we really like vibe coding because this is a vibe, and we really got something.
This is the big vibe. This is the future vibe. That's what we living in a science fiction movie right now.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's kind of crazy because I'm like, oh man, all of this tech, like, Lord, just let me use it for good and never evil. Like, please just.
Uh, right. Hey, and that's a good thing that you're highlighting right now is intention. All of the things that we have issue with technology, I think, can be sourced to two things, which is either like pure negligence or excuse me, pure ignorance of just like what we need and we don't know until we know, and then the other part is like intention. Like, no, y'all intended for some of this to, make it harder for people. You know what I'm saying, and make it easier for those who have a lot. But
For sure.
that's not all of it.